The Freedom Machine is an archival film that uses footage from over 9 archives, over 120 years of history, looking at women and cycling, how women have used cycling for fun, how they've used it for work, how they've used it professionally as a sport and as exercise, and mainly just the ways that women have found freedom on the top of a bicycle. It's the World Cycling Championships are coming to Glasgow this summer, so the GFT commissioned me to create this film to celebrate women in cycling. So from that, I did a ton of research into all the archives to see what was out there, really looking into the history of women on bikes. So that was a really lovely opportunity. And from that, I just really became inspired by all of the incredible women and people that have used cycling and have found freedom in cycling. I think whenever you're looking at archive footage, it really challenges your assumptions. So to begin with, I basically just looked on the archives website and just searched for, women cycling. And a lot of the times searching that doesn't really bring much up. There isn't a lot that specifically is about women on bikes, but there's a lot about when you learn about specific cyclists, or when you look, women might be featured, but they're not the primary, their gender isn't the primary focus of the archive. So it really is about digging deeper and finding and uncovering these stories. From the origins of the safety cycle, which is the bike as we know it today, it kind of really quickly became intertwined with women's liberation and women's suffrage, because here was a vehicle that you could go out with on your own. You didn't need a chaperone. You didn't need anyone else in order to travel and see the rest of the world. So a lot of women really jumped on it as an opportunity for that kind of freedom, for that kind of liberation. And from that, of course, it brings a whole load of other aspects of, suddenly when you're moving your body in this way you haven't used it before, well, now you're thinking about what do you wear? These big skirts that were the default for women's fashion were no longer practical anymore. So that tied in with women's liberation. And of course, it's quite social as well. You're getting out, you're often cycling with people, you're meeting people from the next town over, the next city over, and so that's building these connections. And also it's just fun. It feels absolutely incredible bringing it to Glasgow Film Festival. I moved to Glasgow about 8-9 years ago, and from there I've volunteered at the film festival. I've seen tons of films over the years, so I think it's going to be extremely surreal to see my own name and my own film up on the screen. So I'm extremely glad, extremely grateful, and honestly, it's a bit bonkers to think that I'll have a film in the Glasgow Film Festival. I'm so excited for it.